they would always be talking about like Homestuck, right? And they would all unironically be white. And every time I would overhear some conversation, it would be like they would just be talking like some fucking mildly racist shit. And I'm just like, why are you, for what? For what? I thought we was just here to be vibing. Why are you?
Yeah.
It was always some shit in the fandom that I was just like, So anyway, don't feel comfortable in here anymore. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
off.
like it's just like a fucking. I guess I don't have to like disclaim this, but just so people do understand, there's nothing wrong with being white in a fandom. But where the problem resides is how welcome people of color are in that fandom, and how like, you know, like, because like even if you're like, no, I'm not racist or whatever, like the defensiveness does fuck up the BIPOC fandom experience.
Yeah, it is a little bit like suspicious to have to backpedal so heavily and be like, no, that's not what I meant when I said it. And it's just like, okay, but it was still said in the entire
And I guess like it with Homestuck, it's quite a complex thing. And I was talking to Dee about this yesterday, but like Hussey was not thinking when he was making the concept of aracial characters with the perception of race in the universe.
It made no sense, because every time like fans go like, but he made the characters aracial, and it's just like, but you do realize several times within the official comic itself it mentions race, and it's just like, well, why would you do that? Why would you have your characters with no perception, with no race? Hold on, my thoughts are running at very fast speed. Why would you make your characters to be aracial but still have a perception of race? I don't know, it just never clicked to me, because baby, Barack Obama was mentioned in there, Bill Cosby was mentioned in there. It was just like, okay, so they know who the fuck black people are, right? You know, they know who the fuck black people are.
And it's not even like that to an extent. Like there's like instances where like, you know, and this is used commonly as an excuse and stuff to like invalidate POC like headcanons and such, is like there's like those times where like John or whatever like jokes about like, oh, like your brother's like a white rapper or whatever, and like I had to endure 10 years of people quoting that one line, and it's really dumb.
It was just like, I got so, like, by the time I was 16 and I was starting to really, really back away from it, was when, what was it? It was some instance. It wasn't like a public instance. It was like a personal instance in my own little like Homestuck group. But oh my, I'm not getting the phone. I'm sorry. The phone's the phone isn't for me. Somebody will get it. Somebody will get it. It's not for me. But like, there was an instance where we were talking about like troll headcanons, and we're not friends with them anymore, but one of our quote unquote friends at the time was just like, you know what, I think, and they were white, yes, they were white, they were like, you know, I think Carcat could be black. And we were just like, why? Because we just wanted to know, because we were just explaining our headcanons. And then I hated it, because they were like, you know, because he's aggressive.
Oh no!
Yes. Like,
oh my god, the chat's going crazy.
They were like, oh, you know, because, you know, he has that like aggressive type feel. And I looked at these DMs and I said, because he's what?
Yeah. And I guess that's like
and so we had this whole argument going like, so why would you equate blackness to being aggressive? Why would you like equate that with that? And they were like, no, that's not what I meant. I just did it. And I'm like, no, that is what you meant. There's no reason to backpedal. You already showed your ass on Beyonce's internet. So
Beyonce's internet.
What do you mean? Like, why would you like equate negative aspects to people of color, especially black people? So why would you like connect that? It was a whole mess. We kicked them out the chat, and I was like, you know what? This fandom is way too fucking stressful for me. Goodbye.
Yeah. And it just kind of sucks because like that's a really common thing where like white people, even with the best intentions, like if you want to create headcanons and stuff for your like human stuck or like the humans or whatever, go for it. Like nobody's really stopping you, but like it's like when you put it into like text form and like you're a white person and you're like, I think this person is this race because of these stereotypes. That's when it gets so messy.
Ooh, that's when it gets absolutely horrendous. Because when they start explaining their racial headcanon and you see the list, right? And they like, this is why. I'm gonna show you my list, and the list is literally just full of stereotypes. And it's just like,
Oh my god.
I don't think you thought this through. I don't think you like I don't think you like thought that through. So maybe try again and delete that, okay? Let's give you another chance. Let's give you another chance to redeem yourself.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Oh, I also like another general question I have for like the both of us, which I don't even know if I can answer confidently, is like, were we ever in quote unquote fandoms that had POC safe spaces?
I always had to make a safe space for myself.
Yeah, that's basically what I had to do too.
For the Madoka, when I was like really, really into Madoka Magica. Sorry, we're going back to anime again. I'm sorry. But when I was really into Madoka Magica and I wanted to cosplay Mommy for the longest time because I thought she was really pretty. My favorite color was yellow. I loved her skirt. I loved everything about Mommy. And I was like, I want to be Mommy. And I was young, young at the time on Facebook, Facebook. So I was part of like a little public group and I was like, yeah, I was thinking about cosplaying Mommy, da da da. And not it wasn't everyone, but there are those people within fandoms that are just like blatantly racist for no fucking reason. And they were like, oh, you can't be Mommy. You're too dark. And I was like,
Oh.
okay, this hurt my 13-year-old feelings.
Yeah. And that's like just like another thing in general, like colorism and like cosplay elitism, but is so bold. Even in the Homestuck fandom, these people do not have colors. They do not have colors, and you will have some Dave cosplayer that's like, you know them, those
Yes,
Dave cosplayers that
I
are
know
like,
who they are.
actually, you should stick to cosplaying the trolls. That's what they say to people of color.
Bitch, they go like, but Dave's not black. I'm just like, what makes you think Dave could also be white? Maybe he's just one of those light-skinned black people. You ever thought of that? Dave gives off light skin energy, and I am correct. Dave gives off light skin energy. he listens to Eminem, unironically, and I bet he poses in the mirror. He takes selfies of himself with old style cameras. He's a light skin.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I always had to like either seek out spaces for myself or make them myself. It was never like those safe spaces were never really like, I guess I couldn't find them as easily as I can now because of like all inclusivity is even more popular now, especially due to the Black Lives Matter movement. And they're just like, you know what?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like sad that it took the progression of the Black Lives Matter movement to have like fandoms and other like pieces of media go like, maybe we should be inclusive. And it's just like, you should have been inclusive since the beginning, but whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me when it's
I mean, I guess.
Thank you for having me, I guess.
Yeah. Also, like, okay, I guess this is like one that I relate to more than Dee for obvious reasons, but like the Homestuck fandom. And by the way, I sound American, but I am not American, so I have to reiterate that is extremely Western / American based, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess it's not even like our fault type of thing, but like the text itself like drenched in American culture, which is one thing. And like when your voice is so small as like a, like with someone with an ethnicity that isn't like Western in general, and that fandom is smaller, and like maybe there's not as many people in it, your voice feels so small, and like people do not understand like the nuances and the intersectionality that comes with that, and it really sucks.
Yeah, I can imagine just like not having, I don't want to say like a say, but like not having any like voice in the matter.
Oh yeah. Oh, Uber just made a really good point. Like Uber, like there's a thing in Homestuck called Eastern Alternia. And that's literally Orientalism, and I'm going to scream, but
Eastern Alternia?
Eastern Alternia.
What?
What, Dee is learning about Eastern Alternia on the spot.
What is that?
Oh no.
What is
But
that?
basically, Eastern Alternia is like, I think it was like mentioned in Damara's route. Someone correct me. I say Damara's route, but like the Dancestor thing.
East Bofrus? Bofrus? What the hell?
Bofrus?
Why is there an
Bofrus.
East?
You're doing so good, sweetie. East
Why?
buffering.
Why was, what?
East buffet. East bofa. Anyway, I'm done.
Bofrus? This is a lot to take in.
Oh my god.
I didn't know.
Anyway, I also wanted to say something. Homestuck is aracial until it wants to be racist.
Bitch, let's really speak on it. Let's really speak on the fact that you will have those members of the community that go like, oh no, the race isn't relevant, race doesn't matter, and then they go like, well, actually I don't think black people should be Rose or Roxy. Huh? Wait, I thought the race didn't matter. Why are you? Oh, here's another thing to bring up.
Oh my god.
It ties into the point where the fandom wants to be aracial until it decides to be racist. Remember when Haven put out Roxy's sprites? Remember
oh my god.
All the black Homestucks I knew, they got so excited. They were like, oh my god, she looks wonderful, beautiful. Look at that hair. It looks like mine. The hair was the selling point for me, because I was like, bitch, this looks like my hair. I love it. And we were all celebrating. We were all da-da-da-da-da. But then, here, look, I'm about to go on a tirade. Then you got them white bitches that was like, why her hair nappy? Why her hair look like that? Why da-da-da? Why her nose big? And bitch, when
she doesn't even have a nose.
Exactly. And I'm just like, well, first
they're insulting her non-existent nose. That's how racist they are.
They were just like, she looked like she would have a big nose. Da 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 da. Why her face shaped like that? Why her hair like that? And we're over here just like, so we can't have shit. So I thought you didn't care about the race that was in the community. You wanted it to be aracial. You recognized it as aracial. But the moment you see Roxy's sprite with black features created by a black person, you want to be like, haha, fucking nigga boo, hate it. Like, what?
God.
I was absolutely upset, and because I really love the Roxy design, and I cosplayed with Roxy, and I bodied that shit, and it was beautiful. And everybody was just like, well, I don't really like his style of da 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 da, and they did that with every sprite he did, and it was just like, but you didn't say that for the other sprites.
Yeah,
you didn't say that for the other sprites, but the moment you had this black person do these sprites, all of a sudden you have criticisms. That's weird.
And I guess like also let's talk about how like people have conceptualized the aracial thing into something that looks like white adjacent or like ambiguous. Like, why does it have to be ambiguous though? Like, you don't win.
Ambiguous.
You never win with these sprites.
The racially ambiguous tropes never cease to absolutely make me shit, because they go like, no, they don't have a race, and then you look at it and it's just like, well, what's with this little color? Why
yeah.
a little bit of color?
Yeah.
A little bit of color.
I was like gonna say next. I forgot. Oh yeah, I guess like people really in this fandom like come to their defenses very quickly, but like y'all like the Homestuck fandom not compared to every other fandom, you guys take it too seriously sometimes to the point where you will defend Vriska Circuit to the point where you will give us microaggressions. And I don't know, like I'm just saying Vriska as an example, but it really is with any character where you're like, actually you just said something racist, and then you're like, anyway, Stan Tavros, and it's just like, can you take a step back?
Can you like relax? And like it's kind of off topic, but speaking of like Tavros, I remember when the scene of Vriska pushing him off the cliff was like really relevant. And again, with how people like kind of take media a little bit like too seriously, there was an instance where I was at my local con in Cincinnati, and I was just hanging around a bunch of Homestucks at the time, and they were like talking about the scene, right? And they were being weirdly ableist, like on the point where it was just like, I don't think it's that serious for you to be like saying all these things about people who need wheelchairs. And it's just it didn't make any type of sense to me, because I'm just like, I'm like, why are you taking this like to the extreme? You know?
Yeah.
Like, why are you taking this like
It
over?
is.
Why are you taking it over to what it needs to be? Why are you being weirdly ableist about?
It's
Like,
really weird. It's because like
weird.
people don't really know how to take a step back in this fandom and be like, wait, what am I actually saying?
Like, oh, what am I actually saying? Could what I'm saying be interpreted like bad?
Yeah.
Like, I will never forget that. I will never forget how the fandom was just like, haha, Tavros is a cripple. And it's just like,
Oh, don't say that, Dee.
oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no. But like yeah, and what was I gonna say next? I'm sorry, y'all. I have ADHD. My brain jumps. Oh, you can. Yeah, you have questions from Instagram.
Yeah. So I did do a little poll on Instagram. So anyway, the people on Instagram outed themselves as Homestucks to me, so you know they're in danger. But so they asked me a few questions. One of them was from one of my good friends. Let's pull it up. And they had asked, how do you make a fandom more inclusive, or give good examples of diverse fandoms that already exist? And so I was like, I don't think it's that hard. Well, I guess since I'm thinking from like my standpoint of being Black, I personally wouldn't think it would be that hard to give like good examples of inclusivity in fandoms, because it's just like, well, just don't be fucking ignorant. Don't
Yeah.
like, because I know
it's just that it seems so easy, but it's just
sorry to go
it's
back.
like, oh wait, what?
I'm sorry to go back. I do apologize for saying that out of turn. I apologize. I am, you know, that was that was some bullshit on my part.
Yeah. Yeah, but also basically, oh, I lost my train of thought yet again. But it's just a mess.
It was because like, okay, I guess it relates to this question. I'm sorry, my brain is also like going at 1,000,000 miles per minute, especially when I talk shit like this. But when you have people that go like, well, educate me, I personally hate that. Well, they go like, well, educate me, because it's just like, I shouldn't have to do that. People of color shouldn't have to do that when they ask you for inclusivity. They should only probably have to do that once. But if they have to do it multiple times, and it's just like, then you don't really want to understand inclusivity. You just want to be a fucking baby. That's basically what I'm getting at. Because why do I have to constantly educate you on why do we have to constantly educate on here's good examples on how to be inclusive. Here are maybe some good like actions you can take to make your fandom more inclusive, or to make people in the fandom that are coming in as like people of color feel more welcomed. And they just go like, well, I don't think I can do that. That's a little bit extreme. What? Okay.
Yeah. It's real bad. It's also like, but why? Like, that's part of the privilege. The fact that you feel so entitled to ask for that, and you think that's okay, and you don't think about doing it yourself.
Exactly. And there's also a difference. I can tell in the tone, you know. I can tell in the tone when people go like, when they genuinely are asking a question, and after they receive the information, they don't ask any more questions relating to like the educate me part. And then you have people that constantly ask like, well, educate me. Well, I didn't mean to. Well, that's not what I meant. But they still do what they were called out about for. And it's just like, well, I see that you don't actually want to learn. You just want to have an excuse to play the victim.
Yeah, and it's also like, if you're gonna take my time, why are you wasting it? If like, you know, it's just like
I'm reclaiming my time. No more. No more. They also
but
ask
yeah.
they also ask like good examples of diverse fandoms.
I don't know.
Personally, for me,
You just have to make your own spaces.
a little bit, kinda, yeah. But personally for me, ones that I see as like kind of good examples of diverse fandoms that I haven't seen like in a while. I haven't seen like much of at all ever since like I was a kid. I really like how like She-Ra was handled.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
really appreciate how She-Ra was handled. I also really appreciate how Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra was handled.
Oh my god, I feel like Avatar was really good until Twitter found it, and then like, and then it became like really white dominated.
Bitch, we're not even gonna get into that because that'll take up the rest of the panel. Like, I really appreciated how She-Ra's character design and both Avatar's character design handled, because I'm gonna get a little bit emotional, but like when I saw those cartoons, and Craig of the Creek is one, and actually no, Craig of the Creek fits this better. So if you guys know Craig of the Creek, it's a new Cartoon Network show. It's absolutely wonderful. It is amazing. And if I start crying, mind your business. But when I first saw that show, I cried. No, like I genuinely had tears running down my face. I felt like seen, and as sappy as that sound, I felt like seen as like, you know, the black kids having fun type of experience, the black kid joy, the black boy joy, the black families actually being seen as healthy and like, you know, supportive. And hold on. I'm gonna cry.
No, that's cute.
Shut up. But like,
that's adorable.
I felt like incredibly seen, especially in all those episodes. All those episodes, I was just like, where I really wanted to see this when I was a black kid growing up. Like, I really wanted to see the main character being a black kid, just having fun, just like not like portraying to any stereotypes. I love Craig of the Creek so much. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like they show the dad being like sensitive, because you know how in like most shows when they have like the black dad stereotype, he's like not really like open to emotion all that much, or he's like quote unquote not there. But Dwayne from Craig of the Creek, he's so open with his children. He lets his children know that if they have any emotions that they need to get out, that they can let them out, that he is a safe person to come to. Their house is a safe space. And he loves his kids so much. And the Craig of the Creek fandom is such a great example of like a diverse fandom that's inclusive not only to Black people but also other people of color, because the way they explore the children that are in that are friends with Craig, that are like other races, and how they like express their characters, express their way of thinking. And I'm just like, I cry every time. No, this I'm not fucking kidding. I cry every time a new episode comes out. And it's absolutely ridiculous how much it just be so sentimental.
Oh.
They handled it. They handled it really good.
Yeah. Like, I really hope, like, a lot of people get, like, that diversity that they deserve. Because, like, frankly, for me, in my case, I don't even get that chance. Like, I'm working with scraps, which really sucks. But
Yeah.
it's mostly because, like, there's, like, the thing with, like, Americanized things and, like, the intersectionality of international people. Like, Middle Eastern people don't have time to be making their own shows when America's bombing us, but that's another issue. Uh,
That's a whole nother.
that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah,
We're dealing with like real bullshit right now. We need to figure that out before we have the privilege to like be creatives and stuff. So we're just working with like, what are we working with? Like fucking Princess Jasmine, Overwatch, like
Yeah, and you were
5
telling me about
characters that
that.
are. It's so
You were
stupid.
telling me about that when we were watching Monster High, and you were commenting on Cleo's design.
I mean, Cleo is fine because like she's supposed to be Cleopatra, but like I want to talk about how like why is every single Egyptian character based on ancient Egypt and not like modern Egypt? And the reason is it's really easy to fetishize a culture that's dead over a culture that's thriving and like completely different and disconnected from Egypt. And like people, the problem is not making ancient Egyptian inspired characters, it's the fact that ancient Egyptian inspired characters are more prevalent than actual Egyptian like modern characters, which really sucks. Also, I agree, Claudine Wolf though.
Oh my god, Claudine. Okay, so and the next question I was asked, it went, do you think fans have a responsibility to others in the fandom to learn to be inclusive? And yes, that kind of ties into what we were talking about, like literally a few seconds ago. Yes, it if you are the type of fan that is just like openly ignorant, blissfully ignorant, and you're like upset that people are calling you out on shit, and it's just like, well, now it is your responsibility, and you don't want to be like, I don't want to be called out anymore. Well, now it's your responsibility to learn why what you said was absolutely ignorant and change it and educate yourself. Because it's not just you. Like, it's not just you in this fandom. You know that. Like, it's not just you. If you want to say shit on Beyonce's public internet and think it won't get out, it will.
Especially in the cosplay community, that's so bad.
That shit spreads so fucking fast. Wildfire.
Oh my god, and also the cosplay community's dumb. Like y'all like care about like harassing someone over JoJo, like over like actual like problems. Cosplay community. It's so stupid.
Getting rather weird.
Yeah.
We could also speak about how cosplaying in the fandom, since we're on the topic of cosplaying, bitch, cosplaying in the fucking fandom as BIPOC. As a BIPOC.
Yeah.
It's stressful. It's stressful.
Oh my god.
And I do a lot of cosplaying. I also do a lot of like freelance voiceover and give like characters voices like sometimes I think they would sound like, but like on the cosplay side of that, it's always some shit. So I cosplay, it's not this this is not a Homestuck cosplay, but I cosplayed Nezuko. I cosplayed Nezuko from Demon Slayer. I was super cute. I loved it. Everybody else was just like, yeah, this is amazing. I love it. I love it. Wow, cute. And I was like, thank you. But bitch, there's always some of those people. There's always some of those people that are just like, just openly racist for no fucking
Oh
reason.
my god, wait, that person had a Dave icon too. There was someone on your Nezuko post with a Dave icon being racist.
In Russian.
In Russian.
They were like, I pressed the translate. The translate really be snitching on y'all because I translated and it was just like, sorry, but don't think this character is black, not to be racist. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, Russian Dave.
Russian Dave.
I was like, you have the fucking audacity to come into my shit commenting in your Russian language and telling me that you're not being racist, but you're being racist in Russian, and I press the translate and it's showing me that you're being racist in Russian?
Racist in Russian. Like, if you're gonna be racist, oh my god.
I can't believe Russian Dave Strider tried to tell me that I'm not allowed to be black in this outfit.
Crow wants me to like talk about something. We were talking about this when we were doing the what's it called, the podcast together. The Splur. Okay, I forgot for a second. We did the Splur podcast together about like similar topics, and basically, Crow was talking about like colorism and feeling so bad with the Homestuck fandom and wanting to cosplay as a black person that they wanted to like do like white face paint for the kids. Like stark white.
What if I did that?
No.
What if I
Stop. Oh my god, we're gonna be aracial together.
I'm gonna be
What if we were both aracial and Homestucks?
What if we were both aracial, and what if we both also had a perception of race at the same time?
Oh my god. You like paint yourself white and then say slurs.
They go like, no wait, and they go like, you can't say that, and I take my singular Neutrogena makeup wipe and wipe off a
singular Neutrogena.
And I go like, oh really? I can't.
Oh my god. I was gonna say something, but I guess it's like related more to the last topic. Why does every time someone with dark skin like goes viral, it's over and the cosplay community, I should say, it's over the comments that they get? Like, why does it always have to be they have to be beaten down to be brought back up? That fucking sucks.
And why is it when their racist comments get out like about them, that's when they start gaining popularity, that's when they start gaining like more support, quote unquote. And it's just like, okay, not to be all like that's kind of weird, but it's like a little weird how whenever dark-skinned black cosplayers get berated like that, their comments are the ones to go viral, not their work, not their art. Their comments are the ones to go viral, and then they get like, traction from that. But like, that's not some kind of like traction like that I'd like low-key want. If I were a dark-skinned black person, I'm not, I'm Joshua's color, but that just doesn't seem like proper traction, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but having that kind of like traction, I keep saying fucking traction because I don't know any other word, but having that kind of thing just be the reason to get you like, quote unquote viral, and you had like no control over it, somebody else shared it, that, I don't know, that would just make me feel a little bit weird.
I keep on almost sneezing, but like I also want to touch on the fact that Sonia, isn't sustainable engagement. It really is not sustainable engagement to like go viral that way, because it's like snap and it's like gone. And also like I also see my mutuals talk about this, but my mutuals, they don't want to talk about like racial issues in the cosplay community / fandom general, but the posts they make about like racism get more posts than their actual art, because people don't support their actual art more than they support their social justice and go like, ooh, I'm gonna be for performative and clap for you, except I'm not gonna actually support what you really want to put out there.
Like, I'm so glad you brought this up, because that's literally all I've been seeing as of late, and it's a little bit weird. Whenever I see my fellow like dark-skinned cosplay mutuals, Pax is an example. When he posts about like racial injustices, like on his public page, not just his story, on his public cosplay page, I notice how that gets way more traction and way more engagement than his other
cosplayers. By the way, everyone follow Roxy Lalonde on Instagram.
Follow Roxy Lalonde on Instagram. Free promo, shameless plug.
Ugh, love you, Pax.
Love you. Mwah. But I notice how whenever he posts stuff about that, it always gets more traction than his original like stuff. And I'm just like, that's like, okay, I'm glad that you're seeing this, but don't you think that's a little bit weird?
Someone just said if they can help with the wedding.
Our wedding?
Well, first, yeah, sure.
Sorry, I can't marry you.
Oh my god, I need my green card. Fuck. Divorced. What if we got divorced on the SAHCon panel? Divorce stuck. Oh my god.
I'm gonna take.
I also wanted to bring up like the shit that cosplayer comments, like cosplayer comments are so dumb, but like, oh my god, is this actually it happens to artwork too on Instagram and stuff. It's like, why did you make them black? And also, oh, why are you like the black version? Are you the black version of blah blah blah? It's like, no, stop.
I absolutely despise that when they go like, oh, so you're the black da 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 da, or you're the black da 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 da, and it's just like, no, I am da 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 da. I'm not the black da 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 da. I am so and so. It's not like I know they probably think that might be like a compliment, but
yeah. And we don't even have peace like cosplaying in our own race. Like even then they nitpick. Is Dio right? Wait, okay, Dio's here.
My shit was like spazzing on me. My iPad is racist. It didn't want me speaking facts. It didn't want me speaking facts. But like that, it just never sits right with me when they go like, well, why is so and so black? Well, why are you? And I'm just like, it's my skin. What the fuck do you want me to do? I'm not gonna lighten my skin because, oh, you guys want to hear a real quick story before we move on to the next topic? Because tell me why. Do you guys know Camel cosplays?
Yeah.
They're the Dutch cosplayer. They're really sweet. They're super cute. Love her.
She's German and I love her. I met her. She's very sweet.
Aw. So she made, at the time of when the Black Lives Matter movement was really, really bumping, she made this post about how coloring your skin is not the way to go. And I thought that was pretty nice, especially given to the fact that she's like, you know, European, and it's really always the European cosplayers that you're seeing like black facing. So it's just like, ooh, look at her educating. So she made the post about it. She was like, you don't need to do this. It's not necessary. You really can just wear the costume. Da 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 da. And I was like, look at her spitting, talking shit. You better speak your shit, Miss Camel. So I go into her comments because, you know, I love to look at shit. So I'm going in the comments, and of course you have the white people that are just like, well, bitch, this was the funniest one. Hold on. They were like, well, there's a skin disease that causes your skin to turn yellow. And I was like, you mean jaundice?
You mean jaundice?
Maybe that's jaundice, and that.
Oh my god!
That's not race, because I don't know what goes over their head whenever like people speak about that, and they're just like, well, what if I was blue? What if I was purple? What if I was green? And I'm just like, no, we're talking.
Oh my god! No, but like
we're talking about jaundice.
White people in fandom are so fucking funny with the way they talk about race. It's like, I don't care if you're black, blue, warlock, elf.
And it's just like, we're not even talking about warlocks and elves. We're talking about actual races that get discriminated on. And it was so funny because this was recent. This wasn't the one under Kamaui's cosplay, but the one I recently commented on was so fucking funny because it was the way I was just going off. I said, anyway, read up on racial sensitivity since you're clearly ignorant on the topic. You, a white person using a skin tone of the existing races of black and brown people for a costume that you're gonna wipe off in 2 hours for the tired excuse known as accuracy, is very tired and overused, and it's giving very much 2012 type energy. Nobody gives not one single fuck about accuracy. Like, girl, if you were gonna race face, you should have just done it on a private account. Why is it on your public account? And if
Oh my
you're
god.
she tried to point out the fact that I was doing a yellow demon look off of one of
They always bring up like the
and
primary colors.
So, like I was in actual yellow face paint. Like I was literally yellow. I'm talking Bart Simpson. And I was like, well, baby, because she tried to bring that up. She was like, my skin is a little bit yellow too. Are you trying to make fun of me? And then I was like, girl, if you're gonna hold on, ma'am, if you're as yellow as my face paint, you might have jaundice. Get well soon. That part sent me away. But it was just like, and the people under Camui's, but going back to Camui's post, the people under Camui's post were going like, well, I don't think black people should cosplay white characters. Maybe they should lighten their skin. I was like, no, that is very rooted in colorism and racism. Do not go there. That is a terrible mindset to have. And it's just like, they don't understand how damaging that really is. God. They don't understand how damaging that is. So they were under her posts going like, well, da-da-da-da-da. Well, maybe the black people should da-da-da-da. And it's just like, who are you to tell us what to do with our skin when you're the ones taking the shades?
Yeah.
Right? Who are you to tell me what to do with my skin, my natural skin? Who are you to tell black cosplayers what to do with their natural skin when you're the one that so terribly, so desperately wants to mimic? Right? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. There's also like I also want to say, if you're exclusively on the Homestuck fandom, and also if you're like not even a cosplayer or anything, you have not seen you've only seen like the tip of the racist like fandom like iceberg or whatever. Because do I bring up the one like European cosplayer that did the skin suit?
Yes, that was literally so. I'm sorry, but when I first heard about it, that was literally so fucking funny to me.
Wait, you have to explain it first.
Okay, explain it.
Okay, it's like kind of vague, but like there's like this white cosplayer that
they were French.
This argument. They're like, oh yeah, they're French or whatever. They won a cosplay competition by making a silicone like suit of a black character and wearing it like skin. And they won a cosplay competition.
But then the money was actually taken away from them.
Yeah, the money was taken away from them, but it was like too little too late though. Like what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like and what?
It was proven that the character, okay, so the character that she was doing, I do believe he was dead, but it was proven that he was canonically black. He was canonically black. So it was just like, why?
Oh my god. You also had white people argue, well, it's not blackface, it's like a suit. And I'm like, I feel like that's worse. That's really creepy.
Yeah, and when they bring that up, they go like, but blackface, and then they bring up the definition, like version of blackface, and I'm just like, baby, it's way deeper than the Google definition that you decided to use. So I clearly see that's the only time when you use Google, when you're trying to make a disappointing and weak point. That's the only time you decide to use Google. But like, it's deeper than that. Just like with racism, it's way fucking deeper than that. It's not just the textbook definition. It's the fact that you are willing to go out and mimic this race for just a fucking costume.
Right?
That's all you're even like, that's all you're fucking doing it for. And you get to go back to being white. You get to go back to being white. You know how when I was first starting out in cosplay, I would deliberately like lighten my skin on beauty cam because I was
the fucking filters. I did that shit too.
I was like, maybe I was like, maybe that'll make me more appealing. Maybe that will make me more, you know, da-da-da-da. And then I realized, like, no, that's actually very damaging. That's actually very, very fucking damaging. It was just, it was a wild ass ride because you get to go back to being white, but I still have to stay black.
Yeah, you know? And like the colorism here is very bad. Like Because the colonialism in the Middle East is like
Fucking
really bad.
colonialism.
Colonialism. But like that like sticks in, and because we're close to like Southeast Asia and we have a lot of Southeast Asians here as well, like we got those like little Fair and Lovely ads where like they're like, well, if you're like dark skinned, you'll like fail at life and you'll be poor and you'll never get married, and like you just like watch this shit as a kid and don't question it.
You're just like, yeah, okay, sure. It's like,
Yeah.
I know the black people in the panel will understand, like when I say light skin gang or the paper bag test, that shit gave me nightmares. It gave me such confidence issues when I was a kid because I used to play outside a lot, and I would be like, me and my siblings would be like, darker. And every time somebody would bring that up, I would be like, wait, do I pass the paper bag test? My little bitch kid ass was always thinking like, I wonder if I passed the paper bag test. I was just like,
Yeah. Oh, I feel like that's also like a failure of the education system to like teach you that and not like elaborate that it's like really bad.
yeah. Oh, and for the people asking what the paper bag test is, basically, what the paper bag test is, it's ridiculous, especially amongst the black community. It's used to put down darker skinned women. Basically, if you're not lighter or equal to the shade of like a lunch paper bag, then it's just like, oh, she's ugly, oh, she's da 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 da, and it's just like,
Yeah, isn't that like historically? I obviously did not take American history, but I do know enough about colorism and the such. But that was historically implemented by white people, or is that
yes,
or is that just like yeah?
it was like, it was always, especially in the slave times.
Oh yeah, it was just in the slave
was like-
times because like if you pass the paper bag test, then you get to like work inside
yeah,
instead of in the field.
They were just like, oh, you passed the paper bag test, you get to be a house nigger. Like, huh? I get to be a what?
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking awful because then they decided to make like little groups. I'm part of light skin gang. I'm on team light skin, and it's just like, girl, you are disgusting. You are disgusting me and my homegirls. I hate it.
And it's so deep rooted in every community as well. Like it's like in every single race, no matter what, except for white people. Like with the exception of white people, like being lighter is being better. Like we're not like that's what they teach us, and it's really bad.
Exactly, they're just like, being light is more like better for you, and then you get all like the dark skinned people. They're just like, so what about me? And the rest of them just look at them like, well, I guess you fail, huh? Nothing good is coming for you, I guess. And it's just like, why are we?
Oh, people are saying they love the panel. Thank you. By the way, if anyone like has questions and stuff, because I feel like we diverted quite a bit from Homestuck, but I don't know. I feel like my mindset right now is like I'm kind of moving away as well because I feel like I've like gotten like my fair share of microaggressions and bad experiences, and I'm just like I'm gonna vibe with my friends right now.
Like I like seeing the from an outsider's point of view, basically.
Yeah.
I don't like it anymore.
Crow said talk about Homestuck's in universe racism, which is very obvious. Okay, fantasy racism is just simply bad.
Fantasy racism makes me giggle a little bit. It really fucking does. Fantasy racism makes me fucking giggle because, like,
oh my god,
when Voltron was like a thing, and I remember going into absolute hysterics. I think I was a little bit high though. I was going into absolute hysterics because I was looking at my friend. I was like, SAHCon hates brown people, but he's brown too.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, but like the racism allegory or whatever. Oh yeah, I know about the time crow. Thank you for the reminder. But the racism allegory is just so bad. It's like you say, like people will argue it's a classism allegory, but I feel like with most people of color, the way that they see it is like Hussey tried to make it a racism allegory, and the classism thing is backtracking, because how do you make a classism allegory out of like racially distinct, like, you know, like they're races. The blood caste are races. They're different races. Like when you look at it biologically and shit, like they have enough differences, and it's a really bad allegory.
Yeah, and I never understood why, like, when you come across like the racist Homestuck fans, and then they speak about how like, but the trolls don't have races, and then it's just like, but they clearly have like a type of like racial hierarchy, but it just doesn't have anything to do with their skin. It more has to do with their blood, but that still can be perceived as racial hierarchy.
Oh my god. Also, we're gonna talk about Mina being black coded. And how do you feel about that, Dee? No, but like also
black.
Yeah, but like Mina as in the Condess being one of the villains and stuff, and how she's portrayed that way.
What? Let me sit up. I'm laying down right now. Let me sit up. So the thing is, I always, ever since I started the fandom, ever since I came across the Purple Bloods and Fuchsia Bloods, I have always had a very, very strong feeling that they are black coded. Gamzee's and Krulos's design and the Grand High Blood's design, they're giving off colored energy, you know? They're giving off the textured hair, they're giving off it's the energy, you know? You know how when you see a certain character that doesn't really have a race, but you look at them and go like, no, you're colored. Like, colored. And it's just like, based off their appearance, that's what I associated like them to be, like, you know, like black/POC. And when people go like, whenever I come across people that are just like, well, I think Gamzee's black because insert racial stereotype here. I think Mina and Condens are black because insert racial stereotype here. And it's just like, okay. But going back to how people, you know, since the Condens, whatever her name is, big old bitch.
Condensation?
Condensation. I'm sorry, hold on. How she's evil. It's clear that she's evil, and then people go like, but it was, hold on. It's like confusing a little bit because like I do perceive her as black, but I don't perceive her as black because she's evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't perceive her as black because she's aggressive, because she's evil. I perceive her and Mina and Fairy as black headcanons because of appearance and also speech.
Yeah.
Girl, the way Mina be talking, I'm like, no, you're colored. You're colored. Yeah. No white person talks like that. You're colored.
It also, like, you know, like, it's trapped into that box, but it's also written by a white man. So you gotta balance those, like, you know, that awkwardness. And, like, it's also, like, with Gamzee in particular, if someone's, like, white and they're like, yeah, Gamzee's black because he likes, like, because of his speech patterns or whatever, even that makes me kind of wary because I'm like, but it's just how juggalos speak, and juggalos, for the most part, are very white.
Yeah. But it made me feel, whenever I saw them, I know Gamzee's not a very good character, especially, like, his actions and the way he just, like, is.
You're starting discourse, ooh.
No, like, don't get me wrong,
Wait, I need to pause you for a second. Did you know in the epilogues they made Gamzee say my ninja? Like, you know.
Okay, anyway, I will be leaving the chat. This has been enough for me. So, anyway, bye. Hate it here. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Just let him say nigga.
Exactly. I'm just like, I don't know. It makes me real uncomfortable that they did that.
But like, it just made me feel. It made 14-year-old Dee feel welcomed. To have me perceive like Gamzee and Mina as black people, it made me feel welcome.
Someone's asking if Gamzee's black coded. I feel like that's not for you. It's like, it's a really sensitive area because he is the antagonist. So like, maybe if you're non-black don't automatically make that assumption, but the general consensus is for the Pisces, they're black coded, and that's like not negotiable.
Yeah, especially from how the hair is, how the braids are worn, the gold hoops. I'm just like, you're colored, you're black, baby. But like for Gamzee, it's like for me as a black person, see him as black coded, but not because of his aggressions, but kind of like the shit that I went through a little bit as a kid. Like, like, you know how his dad wasn't really there, and like my dad also wasn't there, but not because of like neglect, it was because of like death. So I kind of sympathized very, very little with him with that, but I never saw him as black because of his aggressions. I just saw him as black because of personal instances for me, and also a little bit on appearance.
Yeah, also someone's asking me a question, but I don't quite get it. So yeah, I'm just gonna until that's elaborated, I might move on to something else. What's this about World of Warcraft?
Okay.
Oh yeah, like the fantasy racism is quite literally everywhere, and you can't go, you can't hide from it. You can't hide from it. Oh, and also, Shay kept on like pointing this out, but like the racism that is seeing Mina and the Condesce as black coded, but having the exception for Fairy because she's like quote unquote like the nicer one is real bad. It does not make sense.
Because you know how when you see them, you see the Condesce as like whenever people do headcanons, they go like the Condesce is black, Mina's black, but for Fairy, light, white. I'm like, why? It's ancestral. If they're black, she has to be black. There's no like, because there's no, you can't just like make her white if your two headcanons for the two of her ancestors are black. Where did she become white? Where was the mutation? Where did that go? Black girls also, can be innocent as well. Black girls can be soft. They can be all of that. Why does she have to be lighter skinned in order to qualify for those qualities, you know?
Yeah, and I think like you talked about it or you shared a post about it, but like there's like about how it's white feminism does not apply to black characters in the sense that it's more empowering to have a soft spoken, nice, like a black character with long hair and like takes care of herself and such. Like me like a Fairy, and that's more empowering as black representation than, like the girl power, I'm tough or whatever, because
girl
boss, let me gentrify, girl boss.
Well, yeah, but yeah, it never made sense to me how they did that. It was just like, well, why, why?
Yeah.
Then it gave me a headache every time. Like they did with you talk about this sometimes whenever they make whenever they make like Jade, whenever they make the Harley birds, whenever they make the Harley birds like different ethnicities, but they're like
Jade and Jake specifically, right?
Yeah,
because like it doesn't make sense in the genetics.
It doesn't, because why would you have Jake to be this colored man, but Jade is white? Why would
or no, do you mean like Jake is like darker and Jade is darker, but like the rest of them are light?
Exactly, the way they make Jake dark and the way they make the rest lighter, and it's just like, well, why wouldn't they be the same? They are literally within the same gene pool.
Also, the way people talk about them makes like I get the worst like race arguments from people when they talk about Jake and Jade, where they're like, well, it makes sense that they're islanders or whatever, and I'm just like, wait, explain, because I'm pretty sure we didn't read the same comic, and Jake was American. He was an adopted American raised by like, I don't know, who was his name? Something Sassacre, that guy. And then he moved to the island. So like he's not an islander. He moved there. He colonized that island and made it his.
They just moved.
They used a ship. Like, okay, if y'all draw men of color as like big and buff with like a twinkie white boyfriend, that looks so weird to us.
It really does. Especially when I know that Jake probably does not put in any time to do actual exercise.
Oh no. Okay, our headcanons differ.
Okay. I know he probably wouldn't get like, because the way they draw him, they make him like super fucking big though. They make him like super fucking big, and I'm just like, I know he misses arm day at least like twice a week. I don't think he would be growing that big. Why is he so huge? I know he does his little cardio, his little muscle training, but I don't. Why is he so large? Why did y'all make him so large?
Oh my god. I also wanted to talk about how Jake is Arab and how I find that headcanon funny. I don't know if there's other Arabs in the chat, or like other people from the MENA, but like Arab Jake makes me laugh so much because I joke about him being a deadbeat dad. He's a deadbeat dad, but like he has like he has like an Arab accent, but like he's like, I have a British passport actually.
He says, "Look, it's my little card."
Yeah, and it's just like there's like this really bad thing about like, okay, Arab men are really insecure about like dating other Arab women, and this is a thing in all races I feel like they're like, oh, like let me get with the white girl because of like colonization and shit. It's really bad. Anyways, but like marrying out of their culture and then being a deadbeat dad to those kids that they left. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's like that's Arab dad energy.
Yeah.
No, but it's like people of color do this. It's like an international thing.
Sorry. I can't pronounce the user. I'm so sorry if I butcher it. Azorathoth. I feel like I fucking fucked it up. But like black men also, what you were just saying, Plaz, black men also do that with black women.
Oh yeah, it's like in general, it's just like a result of colonialism and like being like, oh, I'm reclaiming like my like status or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they go like,
and I'll yeah.
You say status?
Status. I guess that's a status. Okay. Status. I don't know I don't know.
But like they go like it's always it's fucking annoying to see black men just berate black women and then have the nerve to be like, I love my mama, and it's just like, no the fuck you don't. No you don't.
Also, someone asked about like Jake pretending to be dumb, but he's like smart the entire time. I guess that's not too relevant to the topic of race, but I can tie it in. Like, I love Jake, but with the common headcanon that he's dumb and like he's a himbo, people play that up too much. And I talked about this with Dee the other day with like SAHCon and stuff. Like, people will so readily call men of color himbos when they're not himbos.
Yeah, they do that.
And they do it with Bo. That was the one that we got mad about. Bo from fucking She-Ra.
Yeah, Bo is literally he's literally so smart. He's intelligent. He's a scientist. They literally showed him he wants to pursue in like gadgetry. He wants to pursue in like, what Entrapta does. He's a tech guy. But the way they just like they blow this like stereotype of him being like dumb up way too much, and I'm just like, why? You literally met his parents. His parents are so fucking smart. Did you think he was gonna be dumb or something?
Yeah, I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable when people are like, "Oh my god, a himbo!" Like, I get it with Jake. Like Jake, I'm allowed to call him a himbo because he's Arab to me. Arab men are dumb.
Bo is
dumb.
Bo is a sweetheart.
But like, okay, like in general,
there's a difference between being like a himbo and then being, like a genuine sweetheart.
Yeah,
Bo's a sweetheart, but he's a sweetheart. He's not dumb. He's just very empathetic. But Gallo Thamos from Promare is dumb. So
yeah, we're talking about Bo from She-Ra. Someone got confused. Yeah, we're talking about lots of fandoms. We're tying it in. We're bringing it all together, putting it a little bow, tying it up. I love that for us. Little bow. Oh my god. Someone just said it's 4:13 p.m. for them. I love that for you.
It
Wow,
is.
everyone's saying 4:13.
For
Oh my
let
god.
me put it in the chat too. It is for me.
Oh my
I wanna
god.
be a part of the group.
Okay.
413.
Well,
Borbert Bean.
Borber Bean.
Borbert
We have like 15 minutes left. Does anyone have any more questions? Or like anything they want us to talk about? It can be anything at this point because it's like we're closing out. Okay, go ahead. You can also, it helps if you ping me while you send a question.
Black stride lawns are my favorite.
Will
Black
Homestuck
stride
ever
lawns.
die?
Maybe,
I hope so.
If we pray hard enough.
Shay said Black Cronus, great, amazing.
Yeah,
I have a
we
question.
kinda
How are you
already
guys'
discussed.
days going? Amazing.
Love it. We already kind of discussed black coding the high bloods a little bit.
Please your thoughts on Mean Cree. I need to know. Cree can die in hell. I don't care about him.
Wait, where is he? Someone trying to start shit.
Do you regret participating in the Homestuck fandom? No, I regret like engaging in it to the point where it affected my mental health, but otherwise, no, I don't regret it.
To Rain, I'm sorry, I read Rain's question. If you do see that, interfere. Be mean. Be fucking mean. Cause like, I get like wanting, like I get not wanting to step into business that you think that isn't like, you know, your business. But like if you see like white people under a BIPOC's post, a BIPOC's cosplay post or art post or whatever, and they're like deliberately trying to start shit, like deliberately, and it's just like, you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna be mean. Be mean.
Yeah.
Be mean.
Okay, someone asked who my least favorite characters are. You can also answer this. My least favorite characters, I don't know. Like Doc Scratch because like he's literally, he just reminds you of like predatory behavior that makes you really uncomfortable. I don't really care for Tavros, but it's not like I hate him. I just don't care for him. That's it, I guess.
I hate Dirk. I would kill Dirk.
Ultimate Dizumaki.
Yeah, he thinks he's tough shit with his fucking Prince costume on, bitch. Where did you get that? eBay? He thinks he's so big and tough. Look at me, I'm so smart. I have a philosophy degree from the internet. I got it from philosophy.com, so I know what I'm talking about. Fuck you. I could literally
Oh my god.
shove them up your ass. Ultimate D rules. Fuck you, Dirk.
Oh my god. Shay just said plug Wrist Jade. Wrist Jade is the best thing ever. Oh my god. Anyway, if you like Bubbleen and like She-Ra and shit, just look at Wrist Jade and it's the exact same thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Thoughts on June? I love her.
I can't wait to become Ultimate D so I can just like beat up Dirk and then look at Vriska for a second and go like, you're next.
Oh my god. Thoughts on Iridia and Solix? I really love them. I simply love them. That's all I have to say. Also, Solix is the best. Like, I feel like I would hang out with him, like, out of all, like, the men, because he's actually chill, and lesbians love him.
Yes. Let me rewrite Homestuck as Ultimate D, and it'll be good.
Thoughts on Scourge Sisters? I really like them. I don't know.
For like a long while, even while I was reading Homestuck, I really thought like Terezi was a cop. But that was cleared up for me because I was like, when everybody was going like a cab, I was like, Terezi too, right? Like, I was like, but they cleared it up that like, you know, her ideology changed, and I was like, yeah. But I thought she was like an actual cop and had to like stop being a cop. So I thought she was already in the cop system.
Oh my god, I love how Dee does not know. Dee does not perceive Homestuck. Actually, she's never read it.
I thought she was already in the cop system, but I was like, killer.
Oh my god. She's a killer, but like in a different sense. Like, at least she's not a cop. Yeah. Well, like, she is a cop, but like not really.
Well, she's more like a lawyer.
Yeah, but like a lawyer to like the broken system type of thing.
Red Glare was a cop. Red glare.
Yeah. Okay. Someone was like, fantasy racism in general, is it possible to be nuanced? Only when it's written by people of color.
Yeah.
And then someone asked about making the tech-based captors Asian. I wish I could comment on that, but I feel like it's not my place. I am from Asia, but I don't think I'm like, qualified. Thoughts on Portula, Porum ex Latula. Great, amazing. I love how like it was kind of canon. They had like that little moment. It was really cute.
Aww.
Thoughts on D&D Homestuck. Speaking of, you guys, I can't read that. D&D Homestuck. I've played D&D a few times. D&D's fun. D&D Homestuck is really good. Oh, there was a fucking artist I follow that did D&D stuck. It was so good.
D&D makes me nervous, like in general. I remember playing D&D with you for the first time. When I tell you I was.
Yeah, I made D play D&D.
D&D just makes me nervous.
Let me link like the fucking fan art I found that where someone did a series of D&D stuck. Where is it? So D&D stuck.
Anyway, this is why Neji is absolutely ugly. So he clearly does not have any perception of like fashion. Ooh!
Look at that shit!
Ooh! Ooh!
Yeah.
Look at that! That's sexy. Look at Dave.
People keep on, fucking redhead.
Look at that red hair.
Oh my god, there's so many questions coming in. Anyway, thoughts on the fandom often making disability the butt of their jokes. You touched on a bit, and curious. It really does suck, especially with like when you read some of those Vriska and Tavros logs. Like, the one part where like Vriska refuses to make ramps. That shit sucked.
Wasn't that kind of weird? Wasn't that like really, really weird? I never understood it. I never understood it. It made me like uncomfortable because like when I first read Homestuck, I only paid attention to the pictures, right? I wasn't like going full deep in. But like when I went back and read it and I like read that, I was like,
yeah, it's like it really does suck. Also, someone asked me about my opinions on Equius and Aurelia. It sucks ass. Or at least the way it was portrayed. Like, once the no consent thing happened, like, it's just like, what was the reasoning? I don't know.
It didn't make any type of sense. Actually, most of Homestuck doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Also, someone said D&D is overrated. There are better RPG systems that aren't racist. That is very true. D&D also falls victim to some really fucking bad fantasy racism where like it's also a white dominated space where like they're like, but actually all of like tieflings are inherently evil, and that makes me mad. Anything where like a race allegory is like, oh, but so and so are inherently evil, that it just sucks. And it's even in Naruto. Even Naruto isn't safe. That shit sucks.
Neji's just like that. Let's go back to how Neji is absolutely fucking disgusting. Because every time I look at his outfit, every time I look at his ugly ass 13-year-old outfit, I'm just like, who the fuck picked out your clothes? Because it certainly wasn't your mother. It must have been the uncle that hated you, huh? Because the way that he fucking dressed you, why does your little sweater vest have on a fucking collar? Why is it a turtleneck, huh? Why is it a turtleneck? Why do you have bandages on one side of your arm but not the other? Why is it on one half of your body? Did you think you were going for a type of aesthetic? Did you think you were going for a type of like, badassery? It doesn't even look good. You look fucking corny, and your shorts, don't even fucking get me started on your shorts. Your shorts are absolutely fucking horrendous. You look like a fucking Walmart greeter, and you look like as soon as I would walk past you past the little Walmart entrance, you would call me a nigger. I hate you. And your dumbass fanny pack you keep on the back. I bet you don't even have actual materials. You don't even have actual materials in your fucking fanny pack. Bitch, you know what the fuck I think is in your back fanny pack that you have on your small, no ass type shit, bitch? I think you carry N-word passes in there and you keep them out freely. That's what I think.
He said he fucking Neji handing a N-word pass to Rock Lee.
That's what I think he does. And you know what? His hair is ridiculous too. Because why is the ponytail so low, bitch? You'll swing that shit the wrong way and it'll come out. All your split ends will be out in the open. Everybody will see how bad you take care of your hair. I bet you don't even sleep on a satin pillowcase, bitch. I bet you don't even wear a fucking bonnet. You just lay down on your pillow and let your hair oils just get sopped in your pillow. That's why you wake up with I bet you don't even use moisturizer, bitch. I bet you don't even do that. I bet when you put your wig on, you got your little wig glue on, you don't even let it dry. You just put on your nasty little headband and then you fucking go about your day. Absolutely disgusting. I hate you.
That's not it. Dee just does this. This is simply Dee. Anyways.
Every time he comes up, I get so upset because I remember how he's dressed and it makes me want to just abuse him.
Oh my god. That's why he died. Anyways, sorry if I spoiled Naruto. This spoils Naruto. Someone asked Dee, who do you hate more, Neji or Dirk? Quickly.
They both can honestly kiss my ass, but you know.
But like compare. Let's go.
Dirk.
You hate Dirk more? Oh my,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Because when I was rewatching Shippuden, and I saw like Neji's like, quote unquote growth, I was like, okay, so it's clear that you had actual growth and it's clear that your mindset actually changed and you didn't have this weird like god complex forever, Dirk still has that. And I hate that. I hate people like that. Neji actually like, he actually like developed. And
but the problem is like it's like Dirk developed and then Homestuck 2 happened and like you feel about it the way you feel about it. Like everyone has different opinions on how Dirk is. And also Shay asked what's your favorite Naruto spoiler?
That sounds like a loaded question.
Yeah. My favorite Naruto spoiler is when Ino and Sakura become lesbians because I'm rewriting Naruto.
Don't you think it makes more sense that Ino is rather jealous? I'm asking the audience.
Let me ask the audience.
Don't you think it would make more sense for Ino to be actually jealous of Sasuke because
we are so all over the place. This is so funny.
The attraction that Sakura had for her is now moved to Sasuke, and that's why she was like,
can everyone spam this emote now? This fucking Sasuke. Please. It's literally oh my god.
Anyway, doesn't it make more sense for her to be jealous rather than just like jealous of Sakura? She's jealous of Sasuke because like he took away the affections of someone that she like really liked, and she was probably hiding her little lesbian feelings with internalized lesphobia.
Welcome to Stuck at Home and Naruto Con. Stuck at Konoha. Oh my god.
It's being recorded.
Sorry, you're under our genjutsu now. Thoughts on 1010, aka Weakling? Excuse me. Put some respect in her name. She's the only one who didn't marry a man, and look at how she aged. Finally. Anyways.
Also, Tenta's not weak.
Tenta is not weak. Tenta's not weak. No, none of the girls are weak. It's fucking Kishimoto's fault for not caring about women.
Yeah, do y'all know how many people would die if Sakura did not just like advance on her training with Tsunade? How many people would actually die?
I love taking over this convention. By the way, I'm gonna add something to the fucking ball pit after this panel is done, and you guys are gonna like it.
I hate you. I don't even know what it is. But it's probably gonna be
more ball pit. More ball pit. You'll love it.
No shonen anime cares about women except for maybe.
Oh my god! Wait, is Crow being mad at me for taking over the end of our panel to talk about Naruto?
Maybe. I love Crow.
You're going in the pit. Wait, Crow, can you look at the mod chat and see what I sent? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you tell me if you saw it? Thoughts on Neji / Dirk? I want to throw up. I look the other way. Fuck you.
I look the other way. I do not see it.
Crow says fuck you. I'm taking over your convention.
Good job, Crow. FMA was really good, and I think Kill la Kill was also really good. I wish they would have made everybody like 18 though, because some of them were still like 16 and 17.
Yeah, it was weird.
I wish they would have just made everybody like 18, because it was just like it would have been less, But I love the animation of it. I love the story plot. I love the fact that there's a strong female lead and how she takes no shit and that she's very hot blooded. And I'm just like,
Okay, yeah, we have like a minute left. I'll just wrap up with like a few questions and we'll say bye. Okay, thoughts on Dirkry? I don't care about boys. Thoughts on Dirku? It's so funny that I could care about boys. It's so funny I could care about boys.
Thoughts on Brand New Animal? I like it because it's from Studio Trigger. Follow me on Twitter, Dizumaki.
Follow me on Twitter, Plazzy Noodles.
I'm gonna type in my shit.
Okay.
Twitter.
Wait, let me actually link it. Let me make this accessible to the masses.
Link our Twitters.
Yeah, it's better. And then we can sign off and end the panel. Cause we got our little Naruto power 15 minutes in.
Our power hour, our power
minute. Our power minute. Or 5, I don't know.
Not 5, bitch.
Oh, okay, one last thing. Picked up a couple of questions that I thought were interesting. Is there any way that nuanced racism allegories can exist at all? I think I mentioned this one. It's only if it's written by people of color that I would trust it. What do you think white artists in the fandoms that headcanon and draw the more majority? I can't.
BIPOC. I think before they do that, they should also look at actual references. They should look at actual reference, and they should also do a little bit of research on how.
I'm looking at the
Roxy.
Yeah. Okay.
Before they actually
wrapping up soon.
Again, look at they should look at reference, of course, and they should actually listen to BIPOC people whenever they tell them that something that they have drawn that is a person of color can be interpreted wrong. They should listen to them instead of trying to get defensive.
Okay, yeah, wrapping up. Thank you for attending this panel. It was very fun. Yay. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and we are going to leave now. Goodbye.
Bye. I don't know how to leave actually. Wait, yes I do.